Yeah, I mean, our priority is always going to be the health and safety of the players, and usually when you say that, you mean things that happen on the field. Obviously, it kind of takes a new meeting with everything going on now, where when you talk about the health and safety of the players, is you're talking about kind of their own personal health, and that's always going to be the top priority for us. So there's probably not 1, 2, 5 things. There's a long list of hurdles we have to get over and things we have to watch and check. And we just continually seek out information to be informed. And this virus is constantly changing, and the information you're getting is constantly changing. So, we've stayed really up to date with everything and made sure that we're always looking through the lens of how do we keep our players safe and healthy, as well as their families.
Thanks, Nate. Our next question will be from Scott Petrick.
Hey, JC. Along those lines, do you feel progress is being made? Do you see, light at the end of the tunnel where there can be an agreement between the NFLPA and the league on it's okay to come back for training camp or even mini camp in June?
I think that's still a ways out. Every place hasn't opened up quite yet. Obviously, the buildings are just starting to open up for non-football staff. So I don't think we're there at this point. I think we continually just keep looking at what new information comes out, and in the end, we just got to make good decisions and safe decisions. And again, this is constantly changing, and that's kind of what we continually see. And now, as new areas open up and more people kind of leave quarantine, we'll be able to see what's going on, and we'll get more data points for that. And we have I guess what you would call an advantage of we still have time before our season is projected to start. A lot of the other leagues are trying to figure this out right now and trying to piece it together, and we still have time. So I wouldn't say we're at the point where we need to make an agreement, and we're going to keep sitting back and making sure we're making the right decisions for our players.
And there's JC Tretter, and just like the Browns front office, pretty smart. The middle of the line, not too shabby either. Mary-Kay, you mentioned earlier in the show about what Tretter had to say. Did it ever dawn on you that you'd have to take a nursing course or something like that to cover the NFL?
Wow, this has been absolutely unbelievable for everyone. Just trying to exist in this new world, and I really feel for JC Tretter. My goodness, he just took over as president of the NFLPA a couple of months ago, trying to navigate the membership through a new CBA, which is challenging enough in and of itself. And now he's got to try to guide these guys and steer these guys through COVID-19. And it's really a big Herculean task. I mean, you've got players, and he mentioned this yesterday, you've got players that have underlying conditions. I mean, there are players with asthma and other things that they have to deal with. And you've got family members that are very concerned about their husbands and their fathers going out and playing this contact sport with COVID-19 out there. I was reading something today about Raheem Mostert, the running back for the San Francisco 49ers, his wife, who is from Cleveland, talking about, just how upsetting it is. She's pregnant with their second child. How upsetting it is to think that he's going to have to go out and expose himself to this virus on perhaps a daily basis. And it's scary for a lot of people. So, JC's got probably, I would say, one of the toughest jobs ever for an NFLPA president, if not the toughest. And, good for him. He signed up for this. And boy, he's getting a crash course in labor relations.
Who makes the final call? Is it President Trump? Is it Roger Goodell? Is it Dr. Fauci? Who's going to make? Somebody's got to make a final call on this.
Well, it's going to be, as we all like to say, a collaborative effort, and it's going to have to be because it involves the governors of states. I mean, if you have a governor that is not ready to open up stadiums to football, let alone having fans in the stands, then that's going to be a factor. So I think that as time goes on, we will know more about how they will approach this. But I think that is the tricky part, that you will have different governors wanting to do different things in their states. And who knows, it might get to the point where certain football teams have to play in a different state. I don't know if it'll come to that, but these are all things that have to be at least thought about at this point.